Hey, it's Nick Funditis, and this is the Ottawa market update for the Ottawa's real estate market for April 2025, looking back at March 2025 and seeing what we are noticing. So the Ottawa housing market back in March showed stability. There's been a slight decline in sales, but there's been momentum that is building, as it always does, into the spring market. Now, buyers and sellers, we have been finding are kind of cautious, but there is some optimism there. But there's a lot of influence in with economic factors, a lot of uncertainty. So watch through the rest of the video to see what is going on with the current trends.
It's April of 2025, and we're looking back at March. First, we noticed that about 1,103 homes were sold last month, which is a decline of 6.2% from March of 2024. We also see sales were down 24% below the 5-year average and 19.3% below the 10-year average.
The benchmark price for all homes in Ottawa the last month was $626,200, and this was a 2.2% increase from March of 2024. Single-family homes had a benchmark price of $698,700, which is a 2.7% increase from year over year. Townhouses and row units were at $431,200, which is down 8%, and apartments were at $400,900, which is a 4.3% decrease from the previous year. Reach out to our team for your specific information on your neighborhood.
2,221 residential properties were added to the market last month, which is a 4.1% increase over the same time last year. By the end of the month, 4,319 homes were available for sale, which is a 60% surge from the same time last year.
If no more homes were listed, it would take approximately 3.9 months to sell all of the remaining homes on MLS. This is what we call the absorption rate. Right now, the absorption rate of 3.9 months indicates a slight seller's market.
These are citywide numbers, but every buyer, seller, and neighborhood are different. What do these mean for you?
So let's break down a few topics that go on for home buyers and home sellers. First off, the big one is the impact of trade and tariff concerns. So, as you know, President Trump down in the States has levied just a bizarre amount of tariffs worldwide. And in Canada, that's going to affect a number of things. It's going to affect jobs, new construction. It could make supply challenges worse for building new homes. So it is kind of crucial for governments at all levels to collaborate with builders, with home buyers, with homeowners to kind of make sure that we can address those issues. So make sure you're thinking about that when you're voting, who is going to help navigate us through this kind of new uncertain age that we're in. Next is economic factors of all sort influencing the market. There are plenty of forces that are acting in the market, and they're acting in opposite directions. And frankly, we don't, and there is no one, anybody who tells you otherwise is wrong, knows exactly, what is going to be the fallout of all these. Just to give you a few examples. So number one, mortgage rates, as indicated by the Bank of Canada, should probably continue to decrease. Now, that generally increases demand and it generally increases prices. However, tariffs, as their effect starts to be felt more in our economy, they might constrict the supply of new build homes. So that is going to increase construction cost, and it's constrict supply of those. But when you constrict supply of new build houses, it can also lead to increased demand in resale houses. So you see how there's already multiple things going on. Then just in the stock, like the giant stock market slump that we are seeing, the Trump slump here, market sell-off might lead to decreased demand from those people who have suffered losses. Maybe they can no longer afford to buy a house. But on the other hand, if somebody's gotten out of the stock market and they want someplace to place their money, suddenly real estate investments might seem as something that's a little bit more stable, long-term, stable and predictable, especially if more people are having to rent. Then Finally is the federal election here in Ottawa. So the impacts of the Liberal or Conservative policies on housing. So right now, I mean, the Liberals are projected to win at the federal level, and their plan to cut HST on new home purchases might increase affordability for new homes, and it might decrease resale demand slightly. So you have a ton of effects on all factors of our life, but on the housing market specifically, some of those are going to drive prices up, some are going to drive down, and in aggregate, we just don't know where they're going to fall out. We know what your home will sell for now. We have a pretty good idea of the range that it should sell for over the course of the year, but the future is pretty uncertain here. So, we can kind of give you the most up-to-date information on your current market, what your current situation is, and help you get to the best decision that you can. And then last of all is just plenty of supply. So March was still technically a seller's market. It was a very slight seller's market, but it's not looking like it's going to stay that way. When we look at how many homes are on the market at the end of last month, so over 4,000 homes were still on the market at the end of last month. Now expect that Ottawa is going to move into a more balanced market. That means it would take 4 to 6 months to sell off all the homes in the market as the snow melts. And if you are selling your home, I've been preaching this for a bit, but if you're selling your home, you need to price it properly, you need to promote it well, and you need to prepare it well so that it's going to stand out amongst all the competition. We are still going to help you successfully navigate the market, successfully sell your home, but there's work that needs to be done. This is not just pop it on the market and the market's going to take care of itself. Anybody who tells you that a home sells itself is full of it. Don't listen to them. There you go. Those are my 3 bids for this month, and we'll see you next month.
Today's video is just a snapshot. Message me and the team if you want to know how this information impacts your specific situation.
Catch us online at nickfinetis.ca and follow us on all of our socials.
We're Ottawa's People First Realtors. If this information resonated with you, share it with someone who's thinking about making a move. And don't forget to subscribe for more content.